How you doing, everyone? What I have with me today is the latest version of the Head Boom MPL. He or she's got pretty good pink Tour line over grip on here. It came strong with a pink velocity string I just cut out. It's a 16 by 19 string pattern. The head's power scale is 700 on the head power scale. Auxetic 2.0 frame, 270 ounces, 270 grams. That's 9.5 ounces unstrung. I don't see a balance that's on here. Head used to put like the specs on the side of the frame. Looks like with this version they don't have that. It says morph something beam, directional drilling. Interesting. So it's a good looking frame. I thought I'd get it on video, and in the meantime I'd chat a little bit about things that have happened recently. Yeah, Yannick Sinner just got eliminated out in the French Open second round. What do you think of that? He almost passed out after suffering cramp, like during or toward the end of the second set. And then I was truly expecting that he would just come back stronger than before, like he has done more than once in previous tournaments, where he would almost pass out from a cramp, like early in the match, and then the opponent would start to count him out, and all of a sudden he would take like longer breaks, out court or something, and before you know it, by the next set he comes back stronger than before and defeats the opponent so bad that his opponent's left in shock, thinking, what the hell just happened? I thought the guy was on his way out, or like almost making it halfway to an ambulance or something. Like he would pass out. So I guess this time he wasn't so lucky. And right away on social media, some people are criticizing him of him putting on a heat stroke act again, thinking that he was doing it on purpose. I'm stringing this racket at 50 pounds reference tension. Yeah, I mean, to his defense, I think the French Open could have done a better job instead of making him play in the middle of the afternoon, where it's the hottest part of the day. But I mean, to be fair, women players commonly get scheduled to play during the midday. So in a way, it's unfair to them. And there's a few other matches that are playing at the same time, so why should Yannick Sinner always get the preferential treatment, OJ Aliassime just got done playing a 4-set match in the afternoon, where it's even, late afternoon, but you get what I'm saying. Anyways, that's enough about that. So I've decided to string this racket without manual pre-stretch. I still have the default 10% pre-stretch turned on. Now, knowing that the velocity multi-filament strings, oftentimes I would get like the final DT value would convert to like 5 or 6 pounds higher than what my reference tension was. Knowing that, I purposely did not pull the first string with 2 extra pounds. So that's a judgment call. In order to chase, the accuracy in the DT, that's what I'm having to do, is to be specific about how much tension to add to that first pull, depending on the string and the racket. I mean, as long as I keep track of things, I got a big spreadsheet with all the data from every one of my string jobs, tracking their dynamic tension. This way, over time, I have a pretty good value. And besides, I use that as a reference when the same racket with the same string setup come back. The next time I look at my notes, oh, this is what I did with the starting method last time, and the resulting ET, and how close is that to my target reference tension? Was it close enough? If not close, then next time I would change my method to pull it lower, or not add as much of a extra tension to the first pull. I mean, with this racket, it's a I think it's 100 square inch frame, but the string spacing in the middle is pretty open. I mean, it's not the most open that I've seen, but it's at least standard sized. And the boom frame should be pretty soft and comfortable, and therefore should help to lower the dynamic tension. Anyway, so if I were to take a guess, I would expect the final DT measurement to measure only about 2 to 3 pounds higher than 50 pounds, and we'll find out when I'm done stringing it. So another thing I want to talk about is I started recording a couple of sessions of me playing couple different players using swing vision. I mean, I don't have the swing stick, so a lot of times I would forget that I have to use the back camera. I made that mistake before. I record the whole session using the front camera, and then in the end I'd end up not recording anything except the back fence. So Swing Vision has another option where it allows you to import the footage that you recorded using your phone's camera. So that's what I did with these two sessions. However, what I found out was that they no longer let you share or save the condensed footage. You know how after it shrinks it down and takes out all the in between footages and only leaving you the point by point play, cutting out all the wasted frame in between, like picking up the balls and all the missed serves and whatnot. So yeah, like they made some changes where I could still see the condensed version. Let's say I play an almost 2 hour session in entirety, and then after it does its edit, shrinks it down to only about half an hour, I can still watch the half an hour short version on my phone. However, I'm not able to save it to my phone, and then because of that, I can't upload that video onto another platform like YouTube, like I used to do. So I'm kind of disappointed by that. I even tried like signing up with their trial version, but then I guess they've gated up these feature into their most expensive subscription. They want you to sign up with not the plus, but like some kind of max version or something, which I don't like. Okay. perfect. So if you guys know any way to get around that without having to pay hundreds of dollars and to subscribe every year, please let me know. I looked up some alternatives and some alternative apps or software that can help edit down. Found a couple of different options, but I haven't tried those yet. So if you have any experience using some other apps or some other software programs, I can automatically trim out the wasted sections of the video. Please let me know. Maybe I'll give those a shot. And the other complaint I have about Swing Vision is that, it's line calls, especially with the free version that I've tried. With the heat map and everything, shot location. It's not usually accurate, and the speed measurement. Oh boy, don't even get me started. They say that. Yeah, it displays like on the lower end because of this, that. I mean, long story short, the technology that they have is just not there. It's not able to accurately show what your shot speed and location on every single shot. And the flat shot or spin shot, slice shot identifications, it does identify maybe two out of three times correctly. But if your top spin shot or a kick serve, let's say you're trying to do a kick serve, if it's not really like refined or effective, I should say, like if your kick serve doesn't jump up as high or something, it's really not that effective, and Swing Vision is not going to identify it as a kick serve. So those are some of the complaints I have about Swing Vision. One option that I do find helpful is the heat map of where your shot location is. In terms of where it shows you a percentage, like say 60% of your shots land in the deeper part of the opponent's side, and then 40% lands in front of the service line. So it gives you a good idea. Maybe you're trying to make your shots land deeper, then you will work to increase that 60% up to 65% next time as a goal to work toward. It's got some like other percentage data and everything. In the beginning, I thought they were useful or whatever, but after a while, I didn't really care for them. Maybe it's a good comparison. Let's say if you played a match with it using Swing Vision, and it's a close enough match where you felt like you want to look for clues in areas where you can improve upon to maybe perhaps beat the opponent that you lose to next time. Then you can look into those percentages to see what area you can improve upon. For example, it tells you like how much running has either player done. So if you constantly play the same player, and then you're always running more distance than your opponent, that tells you what you need to work on next time. Or if your shot speed, forehand or backhand, is dramatically lower than your opponent, then right there, that's why you're losing the match right there. I mean, if you knew that going in without using swim vision, the difference is that dramatic, then you don't need swim vision to tell you. But say if you're playing somebody new, you're not really familiar with their game, and in actuality, both of your abilities are very close, no aspects really stand out, then you can look into some of these big data to provide some helpful clues, maybe. I'm tying the first cross string off in grommet hole number 8. And I forgot to mention the skip holes for the main string, so give me a second, I will identify those. So the main skips are 7 and 9 up here at the top, and also 7 and 9 down at the throat. I'm tying it off at the grommet hole next to the second last cross. You know what? I'll measure right now. Hang on. 38 DT. DT. I'll move one string higher up. Higher up. So I don't know if you can see, that's too high up on the string bed, so I'm just gonna go with the lower volume. .38 DT is 55 pounds. That's without me pulling the first, without me adding any tension to the first string. So it was coming out 5 pounds higher than what my reference is. So yeah, that's known about the velocity multi-filament. So it is what it is. Hopefully in the next day or two it's gonna drop 2 or 3 DT or pounds, and he'll be back down to pretty close to the reference. But because recreational players don't get to restring that often, so if they get something that's higher than the reference tension, as long as it's not stiff poly string and they don't have tennis elbow issue, this will simply give them a longer string playing life, because he's starting from a higher point. So for it to drop too low will take a longer time, more sessions. Being a little higher is better than being a little lower. And with that, I will go ahead and start stringing his other racket.